Hello, everybody. It's the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Travis Banks, back with another exciting episode of Buzztalk podcast. What's up with wrestling? Or in another way, what's up with wrestling? Joined with me today is my lovely co-host, my co-pilot, Jessica Jackson. Hello, Jess.
Hello.
Come a little closer to the
I'm
microphone.
coming a little closer
Jump for
into
the
the microphone.
Don't knock the table! The one thing I asked you not to do.
It was an accident, okay?
Watch out for your coffee as well.
Yeah, you know that I'm going to spill that.
Yeah, that's why.
Happen.
Because you went to move in towards the microphone, and I saw one or two things happening. Your knee hitting the desk and just ruining this whole thing, or your coffee going everywhere. Probably.
Gosh,
Come a little closer.
You know me so well, don't you?
Switch a little closer.
Okay, I'm trying to get in closer.
Otherwise,
it's just you're so big and jacked that it's really hard to share the space with you.
Hello everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for all the positive feedback from the last episode. Actually, we had a pretty good response to it.
Yeah, a really exciting response to it. Actually, a lot of people saying that they would like to be on the podcast with us.
Yeah.
As a guest, which is something that we'll definitely look at in the future.
Yeah, definitely. When we find out how to. And also, just moving forward, if you hear background noise, dogs barking, horns blaring, fireworks blasting, that is just a normal life in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And we can't do anything about it. I could yell at the neighbors. They won't understand me.
He's tried, trust me.
But it's nonstop, and we can't find a time that fits into our schedule that this never happens.
I mean, there is a cat downstairs going crazy right now. It's like it's having a full-on conversation with another cat.
Yeah.
Not that you need to hear that because
it's like a cute, I was gonna say it's like a cute TikTok, but in real life and annoying.
Yeah, it's cute for 10 seconds on the internet, but when you live it, it's not cute. Okay,
yeah, not cute at all. So Jessica Jackson, if that is your real name, what is up with wrestling?
What is up with wrestling? In a positive? Are we going, what's up with wrestling? Or what's up with wrestling?
I mean, up to you. It's open to our interpretation. We don't really have rules here. Whatever you feel like saying, the microphone's on you.
Okay, well, the long and short of it is, I'm not actually sure.
No, we had a really busy first week of January. We had 5 matches, and now we're kind of in a little bit of a dull period. But that's clicking this pen. That's probably going to be annoying as. Sorry. Sorry for everybody's like, what's that clicking?
Blaming me for ruining the table, and then you
just nervously clicking this pen. Sorry. So we had the first week, but yeah, in Mexico, January is a very quiet month, and you kind of pick up work where you can, especially for an independent wrestler.
Yes.
So we had 5, which was really lucky comparative to last year, where I think we had maybe 2 or 3 in January.
Well, we was in the UK last year,
right, yeah.
So we actually really didn't work at all in January, just towards the end.
Yeah.
So it does, even though I loved being in the UK for Christmas last year and being with both of our families, it was nice to be able to fill the start of this month with dates.
Yeah, and we talked about it last time as well, what we had. But for the rest of the month, what have we got this weekend coming?
We've got DTU.
If you guys aren't aware of DTU, it's a promotion. It's got a good name to it. It's been known in the past as a very work rate heavy promotion. A lot of strong style wrestling. People like Flamita and Aramis, I think. I have to double check that. I definitely know Flamita was there.
I love it how you gave me the side eye like. Is that right?
I don't know. Quickly Wikipedia got the thing. But no, it used to be, so it's always exciting to work with DTU, and I'm not working. I'm going to run a seminar for the young luchadors, and they want me to teach them strong style wrestling. So
which is your forte, actually, funnily enough.
6 hours of me just beating the shit out of people. Trying to stop me? That's what you wanted. Come on.
Into the 5th hour of just back kicks. Yeah. Like, Travis, stop, you're breaking them.
Yeah. This is how you back kick. Not again.
Please, I can't. Again.
What's Ricky
Ricky
doing there?
style. I don't
Ricky might be
know.
doing there. So yeah, so that's exciting that we get to be able to go and do that. So yeah, so who are you wrestling on the 20th?
It is me and Exotico from Puebla, I
Why are you
believe.
putting question marks on the?
I just want to make sure that I got it right. Versus Giselle.
Sure?
Yeah,
Question mark? Yes, I'm sure.
yeah.
See what I did there?
Against Giselle and Camouflage.
Oh, okay, cool. Exciting times.
It is because actually with the main event,
You're the main
and
event.
I'm main eventing DTU
Yeah.
for the first time, and it's a show called Las Mujeres
Las Mujeres.
Pueden con Todo.
The women can do everything.
Yes,
Did I get that right?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, my Spanish is coming along.
Yeah, so every match on the card has a women's match in it. But yeah, I'm in the main event, which is very exciting because DTU is a popular promotion here in Mexico. It's got a lot of history. A lot of people have worked with DTU. A lot of foreigners, when they come to Mexico, they work with DTU.
Mhm.
So it's I haven't wrestled there since 2022, but it's nice to be able to go back because it's one of the first places that I wrestled in Mexico as well. So it's nice just to be able to go back from time to time and have a good relationship with Crazy Boy, the promoter, and
It was also, is it the brother or Super Crazy? Is it the brother?
uh, maybe. Uh,
I really need to find this information out
I
before
get
we start.
I get confused between the different relationships between people here. There's a lot there. I cannot stress this enough. Everybody in Mexico, when it comes to the luchadors and luchadoras, somehow is connected to another luchadora
Yeah.
or luchador.
Yeah, and also too, on top of that, if you think somebody has like a legacy, like a name, like a
Yeah,
legacy name,
yeah,
sometimes a wrestler can buy the name of a famous wrestler and be like hijo de
something.
someone,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
say it's like
A made up. Let's think of like a.
yeah, yeah. So not to like throw anybody in there, just in case we expose them.
Just in case we expose it,
Yeah.
we don't want to do that. But
So
say,
say for example, I was a master wrestler,
yeah,
hijo de bancos,
yeah.
uh, and somebody wanted my name because they thought it had value to help their career out. They could pay me a fee, and then
Well, let's not say that you're Iho. That let's just say that you're
oh
Travis
no, I am
Banks,
Travis Banks.
but you're masked. Right,
Yeah.
right. The luchador, Mr. Banks, right? Okay,
Senor
okay.
Bancos.
And then somebody wanted Travis's name. They wanted to copy his mask, have that name to them. They can buy the rights to the name and become like Hijo de Travis Banks or Travis Banks Jr. Something like that.
Yeah, so
So
that's it's very confusing because I often think that it's like like that person's part of the
yeah,
legacy, and then it's not, and it's like, oh,
and some
okay,
it's more like 50-50. Sometimes they are the real sons,
yeah,
and sometimes they're
it's just
not.
not at all.
And I think a lot of the confusion comes in too when it comes to companies like AAA
Mm,
who own the rights to particular masks. So you'll see, somebody like Octagon
yeah,
and AAA have the rights to that name. So Octagon Jr. isn't the son of Octagon. And that's something that everybody knows, right? So I'm not just dropping anybody in it.
well, I hope not.
I hope not.
We're just two white people in Mexico, and we have no idea. So, if we got that wrong or if we got that right, you'll never know. Don't look that up.
No,
Maybe we should move on.
just ignore the last 30 seconds of this.
Yeah.
Please.
But yeah, it can be very confusing sometimes. But you know what's crazy today is like, and also because I meet a lot of luchadors in masks, I don't know who they are without their mask sometimes. Like that guy in the gym today, he came up to me, he's like talking to me like he knew me.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "I think he's a wrestler because he's kind of big. I'm not sure."
You just play it off like, oh yeah. The most awkward thing it is when you see somebody without their mask on, but you've just seen them with their mask on. So you talk to them as if you haven't already had this conversation with them, and it's like you just don't know the difference between them with a mask and them without a mask. It's
Oh, that's bloody good coffee, that is.
oh,
Jeez.
thanks, Bubs. I am quite a good coffee maker.
What else have we done this week? We have. I tell you what. We're talking about what's up with wrestling. What's up with the movies? Let's just go there. What movie did we
Oh.
watch? We watched that new Zack Snyder movie, The Rebel Moon,
Yes.
Child of Fire.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
And Travis, please tell me, what did you think of this movie?
Oh, that's a trash, wasn't it? That's a gobshite. I don't know.
It was the worst.
No, I think me and you, we always did the same thing. We try and give movies a chance because we heard really bad reviews about it. So we're like, we'll try and give it a chance. And for the first hour, we were like, not bad. It's
Yeah.
all right.
As a
And
little
then-
disclosure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, as a little disclosure, we watched the first hour one night, then went to bed and watched the second hour and a half the next night. So within the first hour, we were going, well, I think people are being overly critical. Everything's kind of in this kind of world is going to be inspired by Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, but I think they're actually trying to do something really creative here. And gosh, people can just be real critics sometimes and really mean, and it's trying. So let's give it a chance.
And then what they did was, for the last hour, they just took a camera and just took a big shit. Took a big shit on camera. Just did a big shit in front of the camera, and I think that was that probably reflects the reviews that had been given.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil too much if anybody hasn't seen it, but it was just people were doing. This is how I would describe it. People were doing things in space sometimes.
And saying something.
And saying some things, and a lot of characters, and then the end is Darth Vader.
Yeah. And do you know what it was like? When somebody tells you a story, or you jump into a story halfway through, and you just sit there and kind of go, I'm missing something here because I'm not following. That was the whole second half of the movie.
Yeah, I was like, did we miss something? And then we'd have to rewind and be like, oh no, we didn't miss anything. It's just how it's edited.
Just the dialogue was so weird.
Yeah.
We were just talking about stuff as if we knew.
Every moment was a chance to be really emotional. Like, this star system holds true to my soul. God, just talk like a normal person. What are you doing?
I was born within the embers of the...
I was born within the embers of the moon, child. Star Fox. What are you speaking about?
Oh, God.
And then, I can't even. There's just this bit where there's a griffin, and then there's just not a griffin anymore.
And the griffin was cool,
And
too.
the griffin was cool. I was like, oh, awesome. There's going to be a
Great.
guy riding a griffin. Then he's like, goodbye, griffin. You're like, fuck.
Good
man.
girl. Good girl. That's
Yeah.
it.
Why wouldn't that griffin just go, I don't care. I don't care. Because it was shit.
The trouble is, whenever Trav and I watch a movie that really annoys us, we spend the next hour
Discussing how it should be better.
how we personally could have made it better. Can you remember?
What was one of the movies we watched that we were just so annoyed about?
There's been a few.
No, I know, but there was one that we were just like, that was trash. Was it a Marvel movie?
It could have been Black Adam.
Oh,
When we went to see Black Adam.
don't even get me. I don't think we have the time. God, that kid skateboarding with those people behind him in that movie. Get out of here. This is a Black Adam movie. It was. I think the problem with that, and a little bit with Rebel Moon as well, is just everything seems like they're trying so hard to be cool. They're really trying to be look how tough these characters are.
And evoke emotion.
Yeah.
You really need
This
to be
means
emotionally
something.
invested in these characters, but all that they've had is one. This is the problem with Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
They would just have one line of dialogue to try and build the relationship up, and then you were meant to be sad when something happened to one of the characters. Well, why would I be sad when you literally just said one thing?
Yeah.
It doesn't establish a relationship. Why are we meant to care?
There's this bit where they find I can't even be bothered explaining it. It doesn't even matter. But they find they're looking for this rebel crew, right? They're looking for, I can't remember, they're called the Blood Axes or something. And they find them. They have a conversation with them that they're going to help them do whatever the mission is that they're going to do. And this random soldier steps out of the fucking line and is like, I'll be the one to fight. No, it's like a girl. It's like this little girl character. She's like, I'll be the one to fight with you. And she's like, and they're like, I knew you'd be the first one to step out.
Yeah.
That's the only character build up at all, right?
Yeah.
And then, spoiler alert, nobody cares. I'm just going to say it. The Blood X guy dies, and this little girl character that comes out of the line just is in the main crew.
But she's
she's had no other dialogue. She cries when that guy dies.
She screams. She's like, no. And for some reason, we're meant to care about it when it's just been like, just one line of dialogue of, well, I'm going to join you, I'm not going to let you die.
Oh
And then
God,
skip to
I'm
like,
involved.
yeah, skip to 20 minutes later,
All right,
he
yeah.
dies, and it's.
I'll give you another example. There's another character called Nemesis. It's a chick. It's an she's Chinese, I think, Chinese chick. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's got like fire sword, which again, it's just pretty much Star Wars. Not that I mean, it's taking inspiration from Star Wars, whatever. But she's got fire sword. It's like it's a bit on the nose.
It's
Come
a bit
on,
on the
dudes.
nose, but because they're actual swords, I think they're really cool.
Be an axe. Be a fire axe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dude,
maybe.
be a fire pole. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
But
be a fire bloody shit. I don't know.
I don't
Gun.
know.
No, I do a fire gun. Just a blaster. Oh, I got fire. Be a fire broom. I don't know.
Just a blaster that they all had in the movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so like they're on this mission to like collect like people to. I'm just telling the
To
whole
help
movie
with
now.
the revolution.
To help with the revolution. I'm not gonna spoil that.
It's like
And now
no
I'm like,
spoilers,
oh,
but
fuck it.
actually no, it was so shit that we can't
Yeah.
help but spoil it.
And then yeah, so like literally they're gonna go find this woman because they need her for the revolution or something, and they fly to a planet. The scene cuts in. They've already found her. They're going down in this like elevator into a mine shaft, and then she just fights this like spider lady, and then they don't even ask her if she's on the team. She's just in the next shot with the team, and you're like, oh, do they want to ask her what's happening
There's
here?
no.
And she has like one line, literally one line of dialogue the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's like something to do with like being a mother or something. I don't know. She lost her mom, like lost her children or something.
But this was like later on in the movie, right?
They told us that later.
So when we first meet her, we don't know who she is. We don't know
Why she's with them?
why she's with them. We don't know
bloody
how
got
they
fire,
got there.
fire swords though. I tell you.
Yeah, we don't know why she was fighting the spider, and she's having all of this dialogue with the spider, like you know, this isn't the way. I understand your pain, but because we don't know anything about her,
We're
you
just
just
like,
don't
what?
know what's going on. It's so
Oh,
hard.
I'm getting fired up.
It's
No,
like-
I don't even want. No, let's not stop talking about it. No, but yeah, it was one of those movies that made me feel stupider after coming
After
out
watching it,
of it.
yeah, the reason why it made me feel stupid though was because it made me question, like, am I missing something? Am I not
Yeah.
concentrating hard? You know, when you watch a really intelligent film and you have to try really hard to follow it.
Yeah.
Because you know you don't want to walk out there feeling like, well, I didn't really get that movie. You want to feel intelligent enough to be able to watch and follow this film, right? Kind of like an Inception
Yeah.
or something like that. So when I'm watching this film, by the end of it, and I've not understood any of it, I'm questioning myself: is it me? Am I?
Did I just miss everything?
Have I just been really dumb this whole time and not followed it?
And the most egregious thing at the end was they're having that fight on top of that platform, and the main bad guy gets like his face like hit with this stick
Yeah.
thing, and I swear there must be like 20 teeth of they spill out of his mouth
Yeah,
and like fly off the edge of this thing.
yeah.
Next shot, full set of teeth.
Full set of teeth, and they're going to rescue him.
And they're gonna risk it.
And the best thing is Travis is sitting there going, they're gonna do Darth Vader, aren't they?
They're just gonna put him
They're
back
just,
together.
they're just gonna put him back together. It's just gonna be Darth
They
Vader.
did the
And that's
exact
exactly
same.
what
I was
happened.
like, damn, dude.
I swear you were
Like, did I
falling
screenwrite
off.
this? Screaming. So that's our review of Rebel
Oh,
Moon.
this is so shit.
Let us know if you want us to do any more movie reviews because I'd be happy.
Yeah, but why
Yeah,
don't
happily do
we
them.
review Wonka? Because Wonka's been, for the last 3 weeks, such an obsession of mine. And if you follow our social medias, you'll see that we did a little reel because my TikTok algorithm is full of Wonka videos, people doing the dances to the Wonka songs. So there was one that I thought would be easy enough for us to do, and we did it. And now, for the last 48 hours, I've had the Wonka song on repeat in my mind. I'm even dreaming of it.
Can you sing it?
Well, there's chocolate, and there's chocolate. Dun, 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 dun. Put your hand in your pocket, get yourself some Wonka chocolate.
Something about confidence skyrocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's been in my head too as well. So yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, maybe we could do a review of Wonka. I actually liked that movie. That was
I thought that movie was probably one of the best movies that I've watched in a while.
okay.
But Oppenheimer.
Right, shall we move on to some wrestling?
Okay, yeah.
Do we have any news for wrestling? Is there anything that's been going on lately in wrestling that you can think of. What about in the lucha libre scene? Any big news?
In the lucha libre scene,
I probably should have prepared for this segment.
yeah. Well, when I asked you
Let me
earlier,
Google this. You just keep talking.
when I literally about 2 minutes before we started, I went, Trav, what are we talking about today? And he goes, we'll just talk about anything. Just don't stress about it. I was like, okay. And then sit down with our coffees, get to chatting with you guys,
Yeah.
and there's Travis going. So what's happening in wrestling? I don't know. I thought you knew.
I'm just looking at like headlines on 411 Mania.
Okay.
No. Oh, Nick Nemeth returned to TNA. That was pretty cool. Oh, not returned. Sorry, he debuted at TNA.
Was it? Is he not in? Oh fuck yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of course, he's not
I'm
WWE.
looking at this one.
Oh, no.
I'm looking at this one. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was pretty cool. I was watching the clips and I thought, good for them.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's like, I'm glad that somebody of his level of caliber has like found a place to stay,
yeah,
or find a place to go.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always thought, to be honest, he's one of the most kind of underrated talents in WWE.
Yeah,
I
me
thought.
too.
I think there's a lot of. I mean, right before he got fired, there were a lot of like clips of him circling online of how good he was, like his selling and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I think when you're this side of the business,
yeah.
you can watch that and really appreciate it a lot more.
I remember listening to Stone Cold, I believe,
Yeah.
talk about Dolph Ziggler one time,
Yeah.
and he said the problem with Dolph Ziggler was that he's not the this isn't a problem, that he
Yeah.
was incredible at selling, but he didn't have an offense that was believable, and that always kind of stuck in my mind when I heard that he didn't have like something that the fans could get really behind, like a set of moves or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's true. That was just something I heard, and it always stuck in my mind as like bits and pieces to remember.
Do you
from
know what
professional
though?
wrestling.
It kind of makes sense, and again, not that I am an expert by any means, but when I was filming Contra las Cuerdas,
Yeah.
Norman Smiley was there, and he was talking to me about the importance of building up your moveset,
Yeah.
so the fans can recognize not only your stuff, but the setup to your stuff, and they can start to get excited and get behind the things that you do, and that's what they're wanting to see when they see you wrestle.
Yeah.
So it lines up.
Yeah. Really, I'm just looking at all these news sites, and it's just all WWE related stuff. It's
Can
like,
we talk about Judgment Day?
Judgment Day?
Yeah,
What
and
Judgment Day?
our truth,
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny.
because I am seeing all the stuff from our truth, and I just think it's the best.
What's crazy is like to me is like our truth has been around so long that it's just like I don't know. It's just you feel happy for him when anything like is going well. You know.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a show. Man, this is gonna be back. I don't remember. It was when like when John Cena was still there and him and R-Truth were feuding,
Okay.
and they were working the house show loop.
Oh, the
I guess
coconut shows.
Yeah. It's NXT. Yeah. No, the house shows. Like, they're
I
going
don't
around
know
like.
why. I don't know why they just crossed in my mind for a second. I think it's because I was excited that you were like there, like.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
you
I
were
wasn't
doing-
there. I
you
was a
did-
fan. I was a fan. Me and
sorry.
my friend Luke, we went to a I don't know how we got tickets, but they were like the main event was John Cena versus R-Truth.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So I wasn't following for I must have zoned out for a
Yeah,
second.
give me a chance.
So you were in New Zealand still.
Yeah, I think I was it. I was wrestling at the time, and we got some tickets somehow, and I don't remember how, but we went to the show, and yeah, it was R-Truth versus John Cena, and like he was doing that little Jimmy gimmick and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That was cool. And the only other notable thing from that event, and I might have my timeline wrong, Luke would know better than me, but Alex Riley, if you remember him, it was like Miz's partner or something.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
They had a brawl. I think they were feuding, and they jumped out into the crowd, and he like high fived me. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, get that on camera, guys. See this face later.
Oh.
So no. So yeah. I feel happy for R-Truth when he comes back and he's well received and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Well, also he is the most entertaining thing there right now, and I think because obviously you know Jordan, and seeing R-Truth work with Jordan and just not only work with Jordan, but then just everyone that he's in the ring with, just trying to make them all laugh, and they're all having to keep
Yeah.
straight faces.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people don't realize is like when you get to WWE, like as from the a professional wrestling side of the business, it's like your job is to entertain. Like
Yeah.
whatever that way is, it's not just about being a sick indie wrestler. It's not that anymore. It's about being a character that the fans can emotionally invest in
And that they want to see.
and that they want to see. So to see somebody like that just having fun with his a gimmick is incredible.
Just going back onto the thing where Alex Riley high fived you in the crowd.
Yeah.
I remember a time when, gosh, I must have been about 9 years old.
Okay.
And I went to my first WWE live event
Mhm.
with my mom and dad took me in Georgia, like my best friend from childhood, and Lynn and Neil, our family friends, they took their kids,
Mhm.
Jake, Ben, and Sammy. And then me and Georgia were friends, and Ben came swapped places with my brother and came and sat with me and Georgia.
Yeah.
But our seats were like right at the back, like
And the nosebleeds.
the furthest and highest up you could go. That's where our seats were, back row, right? But it must have been kind of, I guess the NEC, well, whatever arena it's called now in Birmingham.
Is it in the NEC?
Yeah, like the arena there.
I wrestled in one of the rooms there.
Oh, in one of the
convention
rooms.
yeah.
It's like the arena next to, but it used
Okay.
to be called NEC back in the day, but now
Yeah.
like people sponsor it or whatever. So we were there, and whatever, at some point in the match, HBK is like trying to get up on the ropes. And me, Georgia, and Ben, we were like, HBK, HBK, HBK. And he turned around and he like put his hand up to us.
Yeah.
And we screamed. We were like, oh my gosh. He recognized us. Like, he recognized
Yeah,
it. And to this day, it's one of my most favorite memories. And it's something so small. But at the time, when we were so young,
Yeah, it means a lot.
It meant the absolute world to us.
Yeah, I remember one time me and Luke, we went to a show in Auckland, New Zealand. I don't realize how many actually shows I went to in New Zealand, which is crazy. So I had no money at the time as well. So where did I get the money for a ticket? And we went, and I think ECW was like that brand was around again. Like they brought back ECW, and me and Luke went with like we had the old ECW shirts on. It said ECFNW.
Okay.
And we had those shirts on, and I remember Tommy Dreamer had a match, and as he was walking back up the ramp, me and him were standing on our seats doing his pose.
Yeah.
We go, Tommy, Tommy, and he points at us and does the pose back, and we were like, fuck. And another part from that exact same show. Oh, there was actually two more things from that same show.
Yeah.
We were watching the matches because the arena, it was called Western Springs. It's like a I can't remember what they call it. It's like they race cars around it. I can't remember what they call it exactly. The exact type of cars, but anyway, so it's kind of like this open like arena thing, like open air arena and whatever. And we're watching a match, and we looked at the entranceway, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, one of the agents, was just sitting there watching. Like we could see him through the curtain, and like the crowd were just kind of like watching the match.
Yeah.
And we could hear me and Luke was like, "Ricky the Dragon Steamboat," like it's real loud. And he looks at us, and he goes, "Oh," and he like gets out the way. He goes behind. Just fucking two assholes screaming their heads off.
I was gonna say you said like such like.
And then one other thing was like, again, like when you're younger, and you're watching wrestling, it's like any little thing like that somebody that you like or like wrestlers do, you'll hook onto, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
I remember RVD was having a match, and he slipped on the ropes.
Yeah.
And the crowd, audible gasp, like you know what I mean. And then oh my god, he botched. Worst thing in the world. But he did something really cool that I do to this day now because I remembered it. Was he got up and he took a bow, and the crowd was like started laughing, and I was like, that was like in my mind that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
That he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
And but I remember when he botched and he slipped and he took the bow, me and Luke were like laughing like the loud. We wanted to like be knowing that we like were in it, like we were laughing. Big belly laughs. Good job, dude! You killed it.
I'm a wrestler too.
I'm gonna be a wrestler, dude. Don't worry about it. Can I give you my CV? Give me your resume. So yeah, but my first event was in 2006. It was in Wellington that we went to. Me and Luke went to, and it was the first time. I think the first time they had come to New Zealand, and we were like, oh my god! Everybody was in the car. It was like Benoit. Oh my god, can't say that. Kane was there. Like Randy was there. Everybody was there. Like, and we were like excited, and we were in the outside bit lining up, and they brought the cameras around to be like, can you say like welcome to New Zealand?
Yeah.
And like we saw it and we were like, fuck this. We're
We're
like pushing
getting in,
people
we're
out the
getting
way,
we're getting
fucking
in.
like throwing ladies out of their fucking wheelchairs. Get out of here. Old ladies out of their wheelchairs. Kicking kids. Get out of it. We gotta go, welcome to New Zealand. It's on YouTube, and what's funny is a lot of people in Mexico send it to me now. They've like found it,
Really?
like, and from Costa Rica as well. A lot of guys like in the last week actually have actually sent it to me like, is this you?
I need to see this because I have not seen it.
Yeah.
So you need to
I'm not gonna
show
bring it up
me.
right now. Hold on.
How old would you have been in 2006? 19?
18 maybe? No, yeah, 19 maybe.
19? Quick math there.
Quick math. Quick math.
Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, we're also on February 5th. I've already confirmed this for you, and you don't know. We're doing a podcast.
Oh, okay. Who with?
Riot Talk from Costa Rica.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to
Very
get this up.
exciting.
See if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Really delicious.
Okay.
Oh. What's my hair doing? What's Luke's hair doing?
Can I see it again?
Yeah, one more time.
Who's the girl that you're with?
Luke's, it's your turn.
Oh my gosh, look at Luke there.
So-
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So the real cool thing about that is Trav just set it up like, yeah, we got in and we were like, welcome to New Zealand.
We're the coolest dude.
We're the coolest dude. Watching the video, they're just like, welcome to New Zealand.
No, we're fucking super excited.
You're super excited, but you're like looking down, you know?
Okay.
That's
Right,
pretty
should we
funny.
move on to the next segment?
Okay.
It's questions.
Question time.
Question times with our lovely fans. Question times with our lovely fans. That's the new theme for it.
Question time, question time, question time, question time.
Yeah. We should have like, I probably should put like sound edits in this.
We definitely need
Yeah.
sound in it, so you need to figure out how to
Questions and there's questions. Something, and suggestions.
That's actually pretty good.
And erections. No, wait,
No,
that's not
wait.
part of it.
Quick, let's get out of that.
Let's get out of it. All right, okay,
This is meant
here
to
we
be
go.
family friendly.
Is it? I know. When I put it on YouTube, I put R18 plus, so we can swear all we want.
Oh, so soon.
Okay, here we go. I don't think we'll get through all of them, just so we can save
Okay,
some
we'll
for next time.
bring up the most juiciest ones.
Can you hear this paper? That's how organized I am with a little notepad. Okay, here we go. From Jeff278. Shout out to Jeff, big supporter of us. He always see like messages and asks what we're up to and supports and all that sort of stuff.
Well, thank you very much for that.
What titles do you want to challenge for? Oh.
That's a saucy question.
I completely read you on that one. I just knew what you were going to do.
You beat me to it. Okay. What titles would I like to challenge for? Well, I think obviously right now I'm in Mexico, and there are 2 titles in Mexico that I would happily like to challenge for. There's obviously the Reina de Reyes, is it, or something like that, in AAA, the women's title. I can't remember if I got my Spanish right there or not, but it's the women's title in AAA, and Lady Flammer currently holds it. So if I ever had the opportunity to be in AAA and face Flammer, who's
Reina
de Reina, sorry.
Yeah.
The other one's Kings. Reina de Reinas.
Yeah,
That's
you always
it.
said Queen of Kings.
Queen of Kings.
That's kind of cool.
I am Queen of Kings.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's your theme
god.
song.
I would rename it. No, I'm joking. Yeah, Reina de Reinas. So the Queen of the Queens title. So that would be a goal of mine, but also Consejo CMLL is the other company here, which is huge, and I would also I think it would just be really prestigious to not only work for Consejo, not only to work in Arena Mexico or Coliseo Guadalajara, but Stephanie is the champion.
Yeah.
And she is one of the most, I'd say, hardworking and talented women in Mexico right now.
And you had a sick match with her
And
before as
well, I've wrestled her twice, and I think I said it on the last podcast. Wrestling her really helped me when I first got here, just more for just confidence in myself. So if I could challenge for that title, and wrestle against her professionally, that is something that would be really exciting to me.
Yeah, I actually, as you're talking, I wasn't even thinking about any titles. I was just listening to that cat going. Cat, what would you like to challenge for? So I couldn't even think. I couldn't even concentrate. But yeah, no, that's good. The titles that I would like to challenge for, whatever the top title is, because I believe that regardless of how you feel about me in the professional wrestling sense, or the personal sense, I believe that when it comes to professional wrestling, I can do great business. So if you want me to go for the I would love to. Sorry, if you want me, I would like to go for the AAA Mega Championship against Kenko and just fucking destroy him. All right.
Just back kick the shit out of him.
6 hours DTU seminar of strong style on his back, and then no, and then just whatever really. Like I don't. The titles aren't titles to me. I feel like titles are like a reward, like a reward and recognition of hard work, and I would much rather be known for having sick matches and stuff like that. So I would love just the challenge for the top titles. You know, AAA, CMLL, wherever, whenever. I'm
Yeah.
wrestling for a place called Ultra Pro Wrestling soon against Baby Extreme, which would be awesome, and it's
Yeah.
for their title, heavyweight title. So I'm excited. Like that stuff is cool it's cool. It's cool, and I don't know titles. Yeah.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Would you like the SCW title back?
Oh yeah, I lost that. No. Yeah, no, that was to be honest though. Like I remember. Here's the thing. I remember seeing like the shitty tweet, which I never should look at anyway. But like, I remember saying, "Oh, Yuri's just winning any title, and they don't mean anything." But the thing is, to that company and to that promotion, SCW, it meant something, and it meant something to me. And you can't take away the feeling on that night when I won that title for
Yeah.
SCW, and to wrestle somebody like Renee Rocks for that title in front of that crowd and having them be so
Yeah.
hot. And then every single match that I've had for SCW has been received well. That means more to me than fucking anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So for the people that are like, oh, he's just doing nothing in Mexico, you're not here. You're not on the ground level seeing the fucking people react.
Yeah.
Like, and personally, like, be invested with us and what we're
Yeah.
doing and stuff like that. So like, it's like, we kind of said it like jokingly, the SCW title, but that to me personally in my life, that was an important moment for me as well because I don't know, that company and those people, Renee, Alan, all the people around it,
Yeah.
Renee's wife, Hades, Toro, Poison, they're all like special people in my life and
Yeah.
that have helped me out and like, made me feel um like I'm still somebody in this business. You
Yeah.
know?
And like realistically, that is why I brought it up as well because SCW has been a place that every time we go there, to me the trips themselves have been magical. It's been a really great experience every time that we've gone to be in such a beautiful place. The people there, the fans, they care, and to help build up that wrestling scene,
Yeah.
to help be a part of it, and to help good people raise their own stock, their own name in Mexico.
Yeah.
To kind of help them and be a part of that is something that's really, really special for us.
And do you know what's crazy? When I very first went there and I had that first match with Renee, it was in his dojo show. It was one of his dojo shows, and it was in
Yeah.
front of 100 people, which at that time, I want to say less than 100, which was probably at the time really good for them.
Yeah.
And then within the third show that I did for them, we went into I think you were there at this
The
time.
salon.
The salon, yeah. And they then, oh, how many people there? Like 600?
Yeah,
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 easily
easily.
600, 600.
Their
And
first anniversary show.
their first anniversary show. So to see the growth in such a short period of time in that company was like a testament to the people and to
Yeah,
the luchadors that are working
yeah,
hard and really,
yeah.
you know. Okay, let's
I
move on.
think that's a
These,
very beautiful,
oh, it's very beautiful.
it's a
Thank you very
very
much.
beautiful thing to say.
These jump around a little bit, so
Okay,
we're gonna flip flop a little bit.
okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
just gonna
this.
grab some water if I'm out of camera for a camera, out of microphone, out of microphone.
Well, don't talk until you come back. Oh, there you go. You go.
I'm
All
back.
right,
Give me 2 seconds.
this question is from Buffalo,
Okay.
David, if you will. Our
Yes.
friend David, big supporter of me and you. Very simple. Your experience with food in different countries.
Oh, okay. Well,
Come a little closer.
um, you're talking to somebody who's English here, and my experience of food in different countries is going mostly to all-inclusive hotels around Europe and eating from their buffets. So it's not really the most cultured experience. I think the first time I actually no, one of the first times I really wanted to make a conscious effort to try local cuisine was when the first time I went to Italy with my family. We went to Milan, and I just really wanted to kind of immerse myself in Italian cuisine. And Italian cuisine is one of my favorites now. And then I went to France a few years later with my friend
Did you try
Chim.
snails?
Chim did. I didn't. No, Chim tried frog's legs. Sorry.
Oh, that's the most French thing you could
The most
do.
French thing. So again, that's where. So on the where we were staying in the hotel, I would walk down to like the bakery as well and
Yeah.
buy fresh French bread and things like that, and really tried to kind of immerse myself again into the cuisine there. And then probably Mexico after that was the next experience because I've been to like Greece and places like that in America, but again, it's in hotels. It's not the most authentic experience.
Mhm. The first thing that comes to my mind. I'm sorry, these cats are going crazy downstairs. They're having a massive conversation. It's so irritating. Um, it's because there's like loads of kittens down there now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about food and like some crazy cuisine that I've tried or some crazy food was when when I was touring in 01 in Japan, and we went to some show. And the show, I can't remember exactly the place where it was, but we were there as like part of a charity thing. Like it was to clean up a town. I think it was after the earthquakes and stuff. Like we were there, we're cleaning up, and then like they
Yeah.
put on food for us. We did a show for them and stuff like that. And when they put on the food, they brought us out all these things to try. And the first thing that I ate was whale, and
Oh,
it didn't. It tasted fine. I didn't know what it was until they told me after I ate it. I was like, oh damn.
okay. Question.
I feel kind of weird about
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you feel
Not
eating?
great, but like again, I felt like really rude if I like turned it down
Yeah,
at the time as
because
well.
it's
I
culture,
probably do it.
right?
Yeah, I probably do it now, but like at the time, I was just like, damn. And I remember it tasting a little like salty, maybe. Maybe it was just
Yeah.
the way it was prepared. I don't know. But then the thing that really got me was they brought out sea urchin. Now,
Oh,
it wasn't the taste that killed me. It was the texture
I
of my
can
mouth.
imagine.
It was the texture of my mouth, and I honestly, I as soon as I put it in my mouth, I immediately wanted just my reaction to my mouth, and I've never had it before or since, was just to like throw it out of my mouth. Like it just didn't taste like it just didn't feel right in my mouth. And
It's
I was trying to
text.
drink it down with beer to get it down,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't. I was like, "Oh,
Was it like what was the texture?
slimy.
Just slimy, but could you chew it? Or
No, I couldn't like get my teeth onto it to chew. It kept slipping around in my mouth, and I didn't want to chew it then as well because it didn't feel right. It didn't
that
feel
would,
like it's something should be
yeah,
it should be in my
yeah.
mouth, you know.
That would actually cause me to panic.
I
know,
was
I'd be like,
panicking, and like I don't really like beer, and I was like
Yeah,
drinking beer to like
yeah.
get it down. So yeah, so that's
It's
probably
textures that get me more than taste. I can handle taste,
yeah.
but textures, horrible textures, no.
Okay. we'll move on to the next question.
Okay.
Habla de tu experiencia con el Cholo de Tijuana.
Next question.
No, I'm going to speak about it. So what I said was, speak on your experience with the Cholo of Tijuana, and that's from Victor. That's from our friend Victor.
Victor.
Thanks, Victor, for the question. We did a show in Tijuana for a company called Cholo de Tijuana, and we just accepted the booking. It was through a friend. Again, as an independent wrestler, you don't vet a lot of the bookings. You kind of just accept the work where you can. And this experience was probably the worst thing that I've ever, well, not the worst thing I've ever experienced in wrestling, but this was something else. The show, I'd actually worked for, before you came onto the tour, I actually worked for him a week before.
Yes.
And the first night was, where was that? Oh, that
You
was
were
good.
in Acapulco.
Was that by the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, it was actually a good show, and we had a really good match.
Yeah.
Me and Rodies and Jorge. No, it was me and Jorge and somebody else. I don't know. I can't remember the exact match. Had a good match, so I was thinking this tour is going great. Second show was somewhere else
On the way back.
on the way back, and oh, there's so much to this. I forgot about all about it, and it was in like a bullfighting ring or something, and it wasn't full. It wasn't that great, and the whole show there was talk about us not getting paid, and I was thinking, here we go.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. I think Herodes hooked it up and paid us in the end somehow. But I remember for some reason when we were waiting after the show, we were waiting forever, 3 hours maybe, and we didn't know what was happening. And I could see the promoter, this Cholo of Tijuana, just talking to somebody, and we didn't know what was happening. And we were walking around the. Oh, there's two. Look at that. There's two notepads.
Oh, what?
I didn't realize it transformed into two notepads. Oh my god, we've got two. No. And I didn't. Yeah, but we were just like, so this bull ring was just in this middle of this like empty parking lot, back of Mexico, scary as shit sort of like place.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere, and me and one of the other luchadors were kind of just walking around waiting, us what else to do, and there was like this like letterbox in the middle of nowhere, and we were looking in there, and there was like a little brick tinfoil, a little brick of tinfoil in this box, and we were thinking, I think that might be a fucking brick of cocaine. Let's get the fuck out of here. I was like, they're probably watching us right now.
Yeah, we didn't see it.
We didn't know anything. I don't know anything about this.
Going.
Like, I was like, it could have been anything, but I didn't want to take any chances. So anyway, that was the week before, and then you came on the show, and then we did a show in Tijuana, out of the arena that the Crash usually wrestles out of. And our match was supposed to be whatever, and then it turned into me and Herodes versus Los Golpeadores, which is great, but I didn't expect like a strong style match that night. Crowd wasn't the greatest. The setup wasn't like the Crash.
No.
And it was just very, very bare bones. And
yeah. But I mean, your match was still great.
Oh, yeah, it was fine.
I had one of the worst matches ever.
Yeah, you did.
One of them.
Yeah, you did. That was terrible. You came back, you were just like, nope, that wasn't it.
I was so angry.
That wasn't the match.
I was so angry. And all the other girls were like apologizing to me, like, because there were a couple younger girls there who I think were excited to wrestle me, but because it was just, I'm gonna say, there was just a few old bitches who just didn't, want to like do anything and plan the most bare bones, and then it just all went to shit.
Yeah.
And so like the young girls who just wanted to do stuff with me came up to me after and they were like, look, we're really sorry, we wanted to do more with you and blah 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 blah. And I just I'm not a star or anything, so it's not like I expect that or anything like that. It was nice that they said it, but it was more of just a case of like, I wanted to just work with them as well and try and
So the show finished, and again, just like that last week, we were waiting around forever to get paid, and nothing. We don't know what's happening. I don't think anybody got paid. Fracero was there. The Parker was there. Was he on that show?
Maybe.
The pigs were on that show.
The pigs were on the show.
The Podcast Extreme was on the show. I don't think anybody got paid. And here's the thing: we should have known the red flag the day before, that morning, because we hadn't got our tickets until really late. And then it was just like an hour before we had to fly, and then it was like go.
Yeah.
So we had to get down to the airport.
No return flight.
No return flight, and which is any young wrestlers listening to this, if you're feeling odd about a show and you don't have a return flight or a return bus, probably get out of there, man. Or
Yeah.
like just or
don't
question
go.
it, or just
Yeah.
Sorry about the dogs barking. This is
Just make sure that you always get your return flight first.
yeah.
Because the last thing that you want is what happened to us.
Yeah, and
Which
then
we'll get round to is to be stranded.
yeah. So then what did we do after that? We waited for the show, and then we went back to the hotel rooms, and then there wasn't hotel rooms
No.
because we had a hotel that night.
No, we had a hotel room that night.
Yeah,
The next day, we got up. We went to Mexicali for this other show.
that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot all about that show. Yeah. So we had a hotel room that night. Great, fine.
Yeah.
Then the next day we got up. We had to go to Mexicali, which was a great day. We were hanging
Which
out with
was a
Damien
great day.
666.
Yeah. That match was wild.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Because it was old bitch in it again.
And we just beating the fuck out of each other.
Oh my gosh! But then Trav came along and just kind of beat the fuck out of her as well.
Like, hey, don't say it like that.
No, he didn't.
It's not what I'm about.
No, he didn't. It's just she was like trying to like beat the fuck out of me, and I was holding her off me, but she wouldn't let go of me.
Yeah,
And
so I had to
then-
come and save the day and
You
like,
had to
pry
come-
them apart.
Yeah,
Which is funny, but that was a great match to be honest. That was pretty fun.
I was still so mad though.
Yeah, I was still so
Yeah,
mad.
you and Jorge were just like loving life,
I was laughing so
just
hard.
watching us beat the fuck out of each other. And I came back and I was like, "This fucking bitch!"
Don't swear. Don't swear. Too much swearing. No. No. So
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
and then
the emotion's still there.
and then we came back from Mexicali, and we were supposed to have hotels in Tijuana, but guess what? We didn't have any. So we're messaging this Cholo guy. We're like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, what's going
Because he's
on?"
the one who's organised it all,
And
right?
this and again just constantly waiting for whatever he's doing. Now in hindsight we know it was because he was trying to just keep us for as long as we could because he didn't want to pay a hotel room. Anyway, he ends up telling so we're at one hotel. He says we're not there, we have to go down to the other hotel in Tijuana that we usually stay at. So we go down, and and then he tells us all the rooms are booked up until like a certain like 6 a.m. or
6
something,
a.m. It's
6
like
a.m. or something like that.
3:30.
It's like 3:30, and he's like 6 a.m. There'll be a room. So we're like, that's not good enough, man. Like you have to find us a hotel room. He's like, well, there's no rooms. And then just randomly, I said to one of our friends, let's go ask the front desk. And the desk was like, yeah, you can book a room if you want. There's rooms available. And we're like, what the fuck? So we tell him, and I don't remember what happened. So we would go down to speak to him, and he's on his phone. And I'm like, for some reason, we just had this feeling. We were like, I don't think he's actually on his phone.
But we don't think he's actually speaking to
I don't
anybody
think he's speaking to anybody. So one of our friends calls him, and as he's on his phone, his face lights up to say that his phone's ringing. Oh my god, I could have cried.
We could not believe
Yeah.
it. We all just like grabbed each other and were like
Yeah.
screaming on the inside.
Anyway, long story short, turns out he didn't have a room for us. Didn't have a return flight
Yeah.
from Tijuana to Mexico City for
Yeah.
us.
So we had to go straight to the airport.
So we had to go. Wow,
pretty much.
there is a little part I'm missing here, but I don't know if I should say it or not. He threatened us pretty much. So
Well, he threatened Herod.
he threatened somebody, but again, so we were just like, all right, man, we're just gonna get out of here because we don't care.
Yeah.
So we went down to eat at this like taco place that was open in Tijuana, which is the most dangerous thing ever.
Bearing in mind, I was freaking.
Jess was freaking anyway.
out.
And then we're eating this taco place, but you have to eat outside, which was fine. And there was like police around and stuff like that. But then just randomly, to cap this story off, there was like a meth head, like crack addict, just up. I don't know what he was doing. He was just like walking around us, like around the table, and just we were like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. He was saying some very dodgy things.
Yeah, he was
as
just
well,
like. At first, we were just kind of laughing at him, and then he
Yeah.
started saying some stuff that was pretty like
some X-rated stuff.
some X-rated stuff about like females and stuff. And we were like, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, we need to
I
get
was like,
out
I don't
of
even
here.
think we should risk being here.
Yeah.
So we got on the thing and we went home. And then so I don't even know the full story to this, but another promoter bailed us out, got us some flights home,
Yeah.
and then we got back. But that was our experience with Cholo of Tijuana, and
Yeah.
just I don't know. It was one of those things that like eventually we got paid eventually, but it did so much more damage than it needed
Yeah.
to.
Well, not just that as well. The really unfortunate thing about that is the thing that we didn't realize at the time was because we worked for Cholo, the Crash got upset about that. Now, had we've known about that before, we wouldn't have even worked for Trollo because
Not at
we
all,
we
yeah.
love working for the Crash.
Yeah.
The Crash have always been really great to us. The
Yeah.
shows have always been really awesome. So it was just kind of a little bit upsetting that we found out then after that the Crash is upset with us that they have taken a break on using us for a while because
Something like this.
something like that because
then,
of that experience. It just none of it was worth it, and it's then not only cost us like obviously we did get paid in the end, and Herodias helped us out with that, and we got flights back in the end and things like that. But not only did it cost us a lot in terms of that, but also then it cost us future work with a company that we really care about.
Yeah, but the thing is with Mexico, like the politics are so hard to navigate.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what, like sometimes you just don't know what to do. Like you
Yeah.
could do, or you could so think you're doing something right, and then it's completely wrong. But the thing is, it's like I feel like the longer we're here, we like get a handle on how to deal with
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean? And I think that was like a massive eye-opening situation from us here.
Yeah, a massive learning experience for us.
Learning experiences here, yeah. Okay. Well, that's our experience with the Cholo
Yeah,
of Tijuana.
yeah, there we go.
Okay, the next one. This is from Matt, my friend Matt. This is a funny one.
Okay.
What sequel is better than the original, and why is it Big Mama's House 2?
Oh, I haven't watched those movies in years.
Yeah, I know. A little backstory to this.
Okay, you tell me. Go.
A wrestler named Matt. I won't give his full name because I don't want people to get heat. No, whatever. Can I have some of that one?
Yeah.
And he was staying at our place in the UK, and he was sleeping on one of the couches. We had like a wrestler house, or everybody used to stay there and stuff like that. And one night, I came out of my room to go into like where he was sleeping because it's where the kitchen was as well.
Okay.
And he was like, he was watching Big Mama's House too. And I was like, what the fuck are you watching? And he tried to play it off like it was like, oh, I don't know what else to watch. But the thing is, he actually just liked the movie. And I was like, it's okay, man, to like that movie. It's just been this big joke since. So I think that's how it went anyway. Like, my memory's hazy, but yeah, I just remember being such a funny thing that he was trying to hide Big Mama's House too from me. Like, just watch it, man. Who cares?
Is it actually any good? I can't really remember it.
I can't remember it either. That's why it's so funny. Like, I assume it's probably not the best movie, but
yeah. I
I
swear I wasn't watching it on purpose.
Yeah.
I swear it was just on.
My finger slipped in the Netflix queue. Martin Lawrence came up with my search algorithms. Is it Martin Lawrence?
Is it Martin or is it Eddie Murphy?
No, it's Martin Lawrence.
Is it?
Isn't it?
I can't remember.
Hold on. Big Mama. This one. Google. Big Mama House. Siri. No. I don't even have Siri. Yeah, it's Martin Lawrence. Yeah. Of course. I like the first one, to be honest. Sequels that are better than the first. I already got one. I'm just saying it straight up.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Oh.
The best movie of all time. If you want to know my favorite movie, that is it.
Okay.
Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I've got another one for you. The second Lord of the Rings. Don't you prefer that one?
I think, maybe actually I do like that one better.
I'm sure you said that you prefer that one.
Yeah, I think because of like the Battle of Helm's Deep and stuff.
Yeah,
better.
that's why.
Okay, what else?
I mean...
Blade 2.
Oh, that's a good shout.
I like both Blades though.
Just not Blade Trinity.
No, not Blade Trinity.
But what about Triple H? Surely that just
He's the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
When the fuck did you see my dick? That's the only line I remember from him.
I think all the Harry Potters are exquisite work.
All sequels.
So all of the
superior
sequels.
to the original.
No, I just think that they've all got something special about them.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people have their favorite movies,
yeah.
Harry Potter movies. So some people will say like, "Oh, the Goblet of Fire is better than the Philosopher's Stone."
Yeah.
Do you know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
The Goblet of Fire is the one where he picks the things that he puts the names in the goblet.
The Triwizard Tournament.
The Triwizard Tour.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the other one you said?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I like that.
pressure was on.
The best one's Prisoner of Azkaban, though.
I like Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah. I used to love Chamber of Secrets, but there's a more personal reason to that. That was the first ever movie I saw in the cinema.
Is Chamber of Secrets the one with Moaning Myrtle?
Yes.
Oh, she's annoying.
Yeah.
She likes the bone a lot.
Oh.
Clues in the name, I suppose. But,
The
what
second
else?
one's the one with the
Yeah.
giant spider.
I'm gonna here. This is what we're gonna do. Google best sequels of all time. Here we go. Paddington 2. I haven't even seen the first one. That's like the first. Logan. Oh, he's not really. Back to the Future 2. I think I liked that. When I was a kid, I liked Back to the Future 2 better than the first one.
Okay.
I think it's just because it had like flying hoverboards and it was set in the future more.
Yeah. Okay. Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2? Which one's your favorite?
1. Two's not as good as 1.
I prefer 2.
Where he goes to the toy store and stuff.
Yeah.
House Toy Barn.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh yeah.
Oh, Shrek 1 or 2?
1 maybe.
That's hard. I like them both.
These are all over the show.
Yeah, they are.
Top.
Oh,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Okay.
Dark Knight.
Whatever. Yeah, I like it. I like. To be honest, out of all those movies, I like Batman Begins better.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Mamma Mia! What? Get this Halloween stuff out of here.
That second Mamma
Oh
Mia.
man, I don't even want to go into horror at the moment because I'll be here forever.
Let me tell you a story about the second Mamma Mia. I went to see that in the movies with my friend.
Yeah.
And I'd had an argument with my mom that day. And the mom in the second Mamma Mia, she's Meryl Streep's character in the first one.
Yeah.
She's dead in the second one.
Yeah.
She's died. And
Spoiler alert.
And I'd had spoiler alert. Sorry.
Mamma Mia 2.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure pretty much everybody knows that now though.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'd had an argument with my mum that day, and I cried so hard in the cinema watching that film.
We sing like
I was just
Mamma Mia.
Here I go again. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mama. These aren't better sequels. Deadpool 2 is not better than the first one. 22 Jump Street. No, 21 Jump. Nah, it's not as good as
not
the
as
first
good
one.
as 21 Jump Street.
Oh yeah, X-Men 2 was pretty good.
Not X-Men 3.
Oh, you hated that. So.
That
I mean, I
movie
hated it as well. But yeah.
Can crawl into a hole and die.
You watched it. We watched it. We went on like a mad X-Men marathon thing, and you watched X-Men. We watched 1 and 2. You're like, these are awesome.
Yeah.
And you watched the third one. You're like, what?
What? Why have you shown me this?
Why have you?
This is
you can't even make sentences.
Yeah.
Why are you?
That movie tormented my soul. It was so bad. Like, I was just happy to watch the first 2. We didn't need to complete it. I could have just lived in this joyful world of obliviousness.
Yeah. What else we got here? There's like Prisoner of Azkaban. There we go. I'm looking at the top. Oh, I mean, is this really a sequel? Oh yeah, it is a sequel.
Yeah.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier. What? We've got a list.
Yes.
We might not say it on this one. But we've got like a list of we've ranked all the Marvel movies.
Yeah, we've got a few more recent additions to make.
Oh yeah, we're gonna add some more. But we put Winter Soldier pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think during COVID we watched all the Marvel movies because there wasn't much else to do.
Yeah.
And then we started making a list and ranking them. So
yeah.
But I would like to share that at some point because I feel like
too.
it's quite interesting.
Oh, X-Men: Days of Future Past. That was wild.
Ooh, that was good.
Last Jedi. How about no? I'm gonna burn my phone looking at this.
How about? Oh, my phone just flew out the window.
Civil War: Far From Home. Yeah, all right. I'm just trying to get through this. Oh, on this list is number 35, Terminator 2: Judgment Day. How dare you?
What a joke!
Spider-Man.
What a
the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 is a great shot.
Yeah. I mean, I like the first one, but the second one is.
Oh, Doc Ock, great villain.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I love
Thor
that.
Ragnarok.
Empire Strikes Back. Oh yeah.
The third floor. The
third floor. We got off on the elevator.
The third Thor.
Yeah.
Is obviously the best one.
Yeah. Evil Dead. Aliens. You haven't seen it, but like it's like Terminator 2 pretty much.
Okay.
Same director. Female like lead.
Yeah. They've been on a lot. We watch Mojo lists a lot, so.
Oh yeah.
I am aware because of those.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4. Get out of here. That's terrible.
Get
out of here. See
Yeah.
Toy Story 2. Paddington 2, number 1.
Number 1, Paddington. Is it really that good?
Paddington's cute.
What was it? But here's the thing, because I see it all the time on that list. But is it like did the internet just go, oh, I'm gonna take this and like upvote it, or is it actually genuinely like a really sick movie?
I think it for like British people, it's just synonymous with British culture,
Oh, okay.
and it's a very like British, heartfelt, feel good
Yeah.
story. A lot of people grew up with Paddington,
Yeah.
so it's beloved for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I can imagine why they would love it.
Okay. I think that will probably do for that.
Okay.
Um. Okay. Another question from Buffalo Chavez.
Oh,
Weirdest experience in Mexico. You already know what I'm gonna say.
what are
When
you
we
gonna
very
say?
first got here. The very first. Okay. I'll just say it.
Just say it.
So the very first week that we got here,
Yeah,
we
no,
were going to a show with our friend Ricky Marvin. He was in the main events against Hijo del Fishman. Uh, and
Great memory.
I know, huh? And it was just a small show, whatever. And he offered to drive us back
Yeah,
to the city because it was outside the city.
yeah.
And on our way back, we had to go get our bags from one of our friends' house. And as we were leaving our friend's house, we were driving, and very quiet street, nothing to it really. As we were driving, there was a car in front of us, and as we were driving, a car zoomed up on the left of us, hit like a speed bump, flew in the air, parked up next to the car, like stopped, uh, lined up to the car in front of us, and we witnessed a drive-by shooting.
Yes, we did.
And I thought it was fireworks at first.
Yeah, Trav missed the whole thing because he was too busy looking in the sky trying to see the fireworks. So you were a little bit confused initially as to why everybody in the car was screaming.
Yeah.
But I was sitting in the middle seat at the back and saw the whole thing.
Yeah.
I saw the gun come out the window. I saw the gun light up.
Yeah.
And I just kind of couldn't believe
What we'd seen.
what I was witnessing.
And then what happened was the car in front of us kind of like just drifted off to the right a little bit and like kind of hit the curb. So we were thinking, fuck, this guy's been killed. Whatever. That other car, the car that had the gun, sped off. And then we were just sat in the middle of the road. There was like all of us, like it was me, Jess, a couple of other people, and Ricky Marvin was driving. And we all just were like frozen. We're like, what the fuck do we do, sort of thing. And then because the thing was we didn't want to get out and check because what if they thought it was us and they retaliated? What if
Yeah.
their car came back?
They thought that we were with
We were
that
with that
car.
guy or something like that. So we were kind of just sat there trying to make decisions, and then the car that drifted to the right started reversing towards us. So we just floored it and just got out of
Got
there.
out of there.
And we were screaming, and like everybody's screaming, everybody's freaking out, and then amongst all the panic, I think it might have been Ricky. He was like, "Welcome to Mexico."
Yeah.
It was like our
Yeah.
first week here.
First week here, it was really scary.
That wasn't even the end of the night though, because then we
Yeah.
went to go have some food at somebody's house, and we went down like we were going down the highway, and then we just turned into this like
dirt road.
road,
Yeah.
and we were thinking, what the fuck?
There was
Because
like
again, we didn't speak.
forestry on
Yeah,
one side.
we didn't. Yeah, there's a forestry. Like we didn't speak any Spanish, and so we were thinking, what the fuck? We don't
Couldn't
understand
understand
anything.
anything.
Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And then we drove down this play. There was like as we were driving, there was like a group of kids on. It's like the middle of the night as well. This is like 2 in the morning maybe at this point.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
1,
so.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, it was late.
And then there's this group of kids, and we're like, for some reason, we stopped and talked to them. We don't know why. Then we carried on, and then there was like a compound that like a security guard had to open a
Yeah.
gate to.
Yeah.
We drove in, and it was like pristine, like an American
Houses.
houses. It was like,
Inside.
this
Yeah.
fucking like compound. It would look like an American street.
Yeah.
Fucking
Like nice neighborhood.
lawns,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
kids
Well
playing on
kept.
bikes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 2 in the morning.
The strangest thing.
Yeah. So then we go in there, we ate, we were there for like a couple hours, watch
Yeah.
wrestling and stuff like that. And then as we were coming out, so we go back out the gate, back down this dodgy road.
Yeah.
Those kids that we had talked to earlier, for whatever reason, we don't know, they just had guns and they were firing them in there like shotguns. And they were
Yeah.
firing them in the air.
Yeah.
And we just fucking hit the accelerator. And that was like the first
But,
week.
yeah, Ricky wasn't even worried.
But he wasn't
about
worried
that.
about
He
that
wasn't
for
worried
some
about
reason,
that.
yeah.
I think because they were just playing around and
Yeah.
they weren't like threats or anything. But
Yeah.
Trav and I were just sitting in the car holding on to each other like, what have we done?
Why are we
What have we
here?
done?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can hack this, Travis. I really don't.
So yeah, so I think that was our weirdest experience in Mexico.
Yeah.
That and
for
when that
sure.
time that drunk lady spat on me.
That yeah, and the metro experience as well.
I will tell that another time.
Okay,
Yeah, I think we've probably gone too long. We'll save that for some other
we'll
time.
save that for another day.
A message from our friend Cholito Chavez. Cholito. Cholito. Fuck. Cholito Manuel Jr. Uh, what do you think of Bandito? I'll take this
Audible gasp.
one. Audible gasp. Everybody. Oh, start
Silence.
sweating.
Fuck, it's getting a bit hot in here.
I'll take this and I'll try and be as diplomatic as possible
Okay.
with the answer, because I don't want to piss into the wind with this. Obviously, I think most people in Mexico know that I had a little bit of an issue with him when we first came here. Again, it's in my or our situation, I suppose. I think people don't know how to react to things. They don't know how to deal with this type of heat that people get, and they do crazy things. Now, my issues aside are whatever. It's a situation that's been dealt with, and it's in the past. We do not give a fuck.
We've given ourselves closure on that.
Yeah, because
we've not got closure from anybody else, but we've given ourselves closure on it.
And we were very angry at him for a long time, and and I don't care because I know a lot of people like in the public won't care about this either. But he tried to, you know, whatever he did because he was trying to get the heat off himself, um, potentially could have hurt our career or our career that we were trying to rebuild. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's in the past. I don't care. But diplomatically speaking, generally speaking, I think that I think it's easy to look at somebody like me and with everything that's happened and be like, oh, he's got a lot of heat on him, throw him out, blah blah blah.
He's a bad person.
He's a bad
All the
person.
blame on you.
But generally speaking, with these types of people, I think there's potentially going to be. I think there's going to. I think there's going to be a thing in the long run where things are going to be revealed or come to light that will make people go, "Oh, that person wasn't who we thought he was."
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to be as nice as possible,
Yeah.
but if you, I think the most diplomatic answer for me and for you, Jess, is the least we have to do with them, the better.
The better. And I completely agree. And I'm kind of glad that you've taken the words out of my mouth with that because there's probably a lot that we could say, but I know that we also don't want to be those people to say bad about somebody else on a public platform. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's how you should handle business. And I think that time will tell, but it's not our place to put that out there.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think the less again for us, it's in the past. We're trying to walk a higher path, I suppose, and try to let those sort of feelings and emotions like slide off our back, like water off a duck's back, as hard as it has been here in Mexico.
And I just want to put it out there as well. Like sometimes we get caught up because we still feel the effects of things, but realistically, as long as we can walk separate journeys, we don't wish anybody harm. We don't wish anybody bad. We want. I think we just want. We want people to just treat other people well here. And we don't want to get involved in any negative business or any problems or any issues. We just want to get our head down and work. So, with that being said, all that we just want to do is just hope that everything will be okay for everybody, that people can grow, and that people can get the success that they deserve.
Yeah, and I think one other thing that I'd like to make like an important note is if you think one way of somebody but you don't know who they are, maybe go and see who they are as a person. Go and speak to them, shoot them a message, find out who they are, because it's all good hearing from one person that somebody's a bad person, but like unless you know them personally, maybe don't judge them for that, because I think that's one of the things that's really like upset us here the most. It's like nobody's given us a chance because of everything that's happened with speaking out and such. So they don't even want to try to get to know us, or they don't even want to see what we're about, or like what type of people we are. And I think that's the most upsetting thing, is that we see so much outrage online for me especially, obviously, that's actually not true. And I don't want to sit here and preach, so I'm not that person, but like it hurts. It hurts to see that like somebody's like creating a narrative about you that actually isn't true, and it potentially could be because somebody else was insecure about a situation.
Yeah, and I think it especially hurts for me as well because, I've lived with Travis for almost 4 years now. We've been together pretty much for 4 years. Oh my gosh, the spider. Get it out, Travis. Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out.
Making a real hard point.
Oh my gosh. This is what I mean, he's a savior. No. It really hurts for me because there's a lot of stuff on there online. And not talking about the speaking out stuff or whatever, but after that, there's a lot of there's a narrative out there that Trav's a bad person and that somebody won't give him a chance, right? But these people in particular, they don't want to hear anything from me or from my point of view about the person that I've lived with for 4 years. They don't want to accept that the only things that I can say are that he's a really good, loving, heartfelt person that, I wouldn't, how do I put it? I'm really careful about who I choose to have in my life, and he's someone that I had in my life. There was just no doubt there because I knew straight away what an amazing person he is, and I just hope that as time goes on, more and more people will see that he's not a monster, and that especially here in Mexico, where we want to build our careers, that chance will be given to us.
And I think too, like I don't want to use like our podcast as a platform to kind of vent this stuff out. Obviously, if we need to speak about it, we can. But like,
yeah, because there's much
yeah,
more for us to
there's much
say.
more.
But
There's much more to say, but also too, I think in time we're giving ourselves time. Like I don't right now. I don't think we care to like. I mean, we care, but like we're not like forcing that narrative out. We're not trying to force a narrative
No.
out there. Either you like me or you don't. You like
Yeah.
you or you don't. It's
yeah,
fine.
and it's okay.
Yeah. So just on, I guess the original question, what we said is like, what do we think about him? Is like, I don't really think anything. Like,
Yeah.
obviously we have a lot of thoughts about the situation that happened about him,
Yeah.
but I'm not here. I don't care. Carry on with your life. We'll carry on with ours. Please just stay away from us.
That's it.
In the
That's
most
it.
diplomatic
In the
sense
most
possible.
diplomatic way.
Okay. We'll move on from that.
Okay. Let's get on to something a little bit more lighthearted, shall we?
I think we'll probably take a couple more. Maybe we'll
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one to end on. I think from Jeff278. Wrestling goals for 2024.
Interesting. For me, it's about working as much as possible, but I want to work. I want to travel as much as I can with wrestling and really get myself out there. So, any country that's willing to take me, I would love to come to your country and wrestle.
This is a plug for all countries out there.
Please, all countries out there listening, I want to come to your country and wrestle. No, that's really, I love traveling and to be able to do it for wrestling and just, again, try and build up my name and my brand as much as I can around the world. That's really important for me this year, I think.
Yeah. My goals, I don't really know. Like, I guess the general ones are always like wrestle for a big company again and makes a decent amount of money. But to be honest, kind of like what you said as well. Like, I just want to wrestle in new countries. I'd like to wrestle in Puerto Rico. I'd like to go back to the States again if I could. I don't know. Like, I think this year we've kind of opened ourselves up more to we're just kind of casting our net wide and seeing what opportunities come our way.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very uncertain time, but it's a very exciting time as to where we are going. But yeah, I guess just the general, just my goals for 2024, my wrestling goals for 2024 are to be happy. To be content with my career, and I don't know if I'm going to achieve it, but we'll see.
To not wake up every morning and cry. Cry for an hour and then eat breakfast.
Cry, breakfast, shower, gym.
Then
Play my Switch.
Afternoon cry, afternoon nap,
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I guess, just want to explore the world more, really.
Well, I think the thing that makes me really happy, and we did it a few times last year, is traveling together for wrestling. So towards the end of last year, we went to Guatemala and then we went to Costa Rica. To be able to experience these things together, for me, is perfect. It's just what I want.
Yeah, that's good. Sorry, I was looking at, yeah. That's lovely.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I was just saying something really nice.
And I was off to the. I was checking the door and seeing the spider was back.
And then you gazed into my eyes, and I thought it was a loving gaze, but it wasn't. It was a gaze of complete confusion. Wait, what did you say?
Yeah. All right, I think that will do it for now. We've talked for probably well over an hour. I don't even know what time.
Oh my gosh, the time's gone quick.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna eat again too. So.
Oh, I don't know if I can eat again.
I know we had wings today.
We had all-you-can-eat wings.
Currently I'm on a bulk cycle for working out, so I have to eat like 4,000 calories plus.
Yeah.
And I want to cry because I'm not used to it.
But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth. Trust me.
Get a big booty.
Trust me.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap that up.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Follow our socials, Travis Banks, Jessica Jackson, all that stuff. If you could leave a like and a review and share this podcast, that would be incredible.
Please. And any more questions that you have, we'll put up a little thing on our Instagram story.
And also you can leave them in the comments on YouTube, and I don't know, wherever else. Spotify. It's available on Spotify and YouTube. Yeah. So yeah. Please do us that favor. We love making this content and we want to continue to do so.
And if there are any topics or wrestling topics about movies, the world, whatever, just let us know and we can definitely look at putting that into the next or future episodes.
All right, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.